Hello, my friends. Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Fiona, and today we're going to learn another 20 high-frequency English words that you will hear and see all the time in daily life. These words are really important because they make up the foundation of everyday English. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly what they mean and how to use them naturally in your own conversations. So let's get started with our first word today. Number 1, any. This is a determiner and pronoun. Any means some, or it doesn't matter which one. We use this word all the time when we're talking about choices, questions, or when we don't have specific preferences. For example, if you're at a restaurant and someone asks what you want to drink, you might say, "I'll take any soda you have." Here's another one. When you're looking for help with something, you could say, "Do you have any ideas about where we should go for dinner?" Number 2, right. This is an adjective and adverb. Right can mean correct, or it can mean the opposite of left. It's also used to show agreement or to emphasize something. This word comes up constantly in everyday conversations and directions. For example, if someone asks you a question and you know the answer is correct, you might say, "Yes, that's right." You might hear something like, "Turn right at the next street to get to the grocery store." Number 3, first. This is an adjective and adverb. First means before all others, or the beginning of something. We use this word when talking about order, time, or when something is the most important. For example, when you're giving directions to someone, you could say, "First, you need to walk to the corner." Here's another one. If you're talking about your day, you might say, "I first had breakfast, then I went to work." Number 4, leave. This is a verb. Leave means to go away from a place or to let something stay where it is. This word is super common when talking about departing from places or not taking something with you. For example, when you're ready to go home from a party, you might tell your friend, "I think it's time to leave now." People often say, "Just leave your shoes by the door when you come in." Number 5, year. This is a noun. A year is a period of 12 months or 365 days. We use this word constantly when talking about time, age, dates, or periods in our lives. For example, if someone asks about your experience at your job, you could say, "I've been working here for 1 year." You might hear something like, "This year has been really exciting for our family." Number 6, hear. This is a verb. Hear means to receive sounds through your ears. This word is essential when talking about sounds, music, conversations, or any audio experience. For example, if you're on the phone and the connection is bad, you might say, "I can't hear you very well." Here's another one. When someone is telling you about a song, you could say, "I'd love to hear that new song you mentioned." Number 7, ever. This is an adverb. Ever means at any time, or it's used to make questions and statements stronger. We use this word a lot in questions and when talking about experiences in our entire life. For example, if you're curious about someone's travel experience, you might ask, "Have you ever been to California?" People often say, "That was the best movie I've ever seen." Number 8, Mr. This is a title or noun. Mr. is a polite title we put before a man's last name. It's short for Mr. We use this in formal situations, business settings, or when showing respect. For example, if you're introducing someone at work, you might say, "I'd like you to meet Mr. Johnson from our marketing department." You might hear something like, "Mr. Smith called earlier to confirm his appointment." Number 9, again. This is an adverb. Again means one more time or happening a second time. This word comes up all the time when we want to repeat something or when something happens multiple times. For example, if you didn't understand something in class, you could ask, "Could you explain that again, please?" Here's another one. When you really enjoyed a restaurant, you might say, "We should definitely come here again." Number 10, Use. This is a verb and noun. Use means to do something with an object or tool for a specific purpose. This is one of the most common words in English because we're always using things in our daily life. For example, if you're cooking and need a kitchen tool, you might say, "I need to use the can opener." People often say, "You can use my computer if you need to check your email." Now, before we continue with the rest of our words, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you're finding this lesson helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We work really hard to create these lessons for you, and your support means the world to us. Plus, we post new videos every single day to help you improve your English. All right, let's continue with our next 10 words. Number 11, mom. This is a noun. Mom is an informal way to say mother. It's the word children and adults use to talk to or about their female parent. This word is used in families and personal conversations all the time. For example, if you're calling home, you might say, "Hi mom, how was your day?" You might hear something like, "My mom makes the best chocolate chip cookies." Number 12, may. This is a modal verb. May is used to ask for permission politely or to say that something is possible. We use this word in formal situations and when we want to be extra polite. For example, if you're in a meeting and want to speak, you could say, "May I ask a question?" Here's another one. When talking about the weather, you might say, "It may rain later this afternoon." Number 13. Hi. This is an interjection. Hi is a casual, friendly way to greet someone. It's probably one of the first words you learned in English, and it's perfect for informal situations with friends, family, or people you know well. For example, when you see your neighbor in the morning, you might simply say, "Hi, how are you doing today?" People often say, "Hi there," when they're excited to see someone. Number 14, life. This is a noun. Life refers to being alive, or it can mean someone's entire existence from birth to death. This word comes up in many conversations about experiences, goals, and personal stories. For example, if someone asks about your biggest dream, you could say, "I want to travel around the world in my life." You might hear something like, "Life has been really good to me lately." Number 15, nice. This is an adjective. Nice means pleasant, good, or enjoyable. This is a very common word we use to describe people, things, experiences, or weather in a positive way. For example, if you meet someone new at a party, you might say, "It was really nice meeting you tonight." Here's another one. When commenting on someone's new haircut, you could say, "That looks really nice on you." Number 16. New. This is an adjective. New means recently made, never used before, or different from what existed before. We use this word constantly when talking about purchases, experiences, or changes in our life. For example, if you just bought something at the store, you might tell your friend, "I got a new phone yesterday." People often say, "I'm starting a new job next Monday." Number 17, still. This is an adverb. Still means continuing to happen or something that hasn't changed yet. We use this word to show that a situation is ongoing or hasn't finished. For example, if someone asks about your weekend plans and it's only Thursday, you might say, "I'm still deciding what to do." You might hear something like, "Are you still living in the same apartment?" Number 18. Kind. This is an adjective and noun. As an adjective, kind means friendly, caring, or helpful. As a noun, it means a type or category of something. This word is really useful for describing people's personality or grouping things together. For example, if someone helps you when you're having a bad day, you could say, "Thank you for being so kind to me." Here's another one. When talking about food preferences, you might ask, "What kind of pizza do you like?" Number 19. Anything. This is a pronoun. Anything means anything at all, or it doesn't matter what. We use this word in questions, negative sentences, and when we're talking about unlimited choices. For example, if you're offering to help a friend who's moving, you could say, "Let me know if you need anything." People often say, "I don't want anything special for my birthday this year." Number 20, right. Yes, we're doing this word again because it's so important and has different meanings. We covered it as correct and as a direction, but right can also mean exactly or immediately. It shows up constantly in American English. For example, if someone asks where something is located, you might say, "It's right over there by the window." You might hear something like, "I'll be right back, just give me 5 minutes." And there we have it. Those are 20 incredibly important high-frequency words that you'll encounter every single day in American English. Remember, these words are the building blocks of natural conversation, so the more comfortable you become with them, the more fluent you'll sound. I really hope this lesson was helpful for you today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, share it with other English learners, and let me know in the comments which word was most useful for you. Don't forget to subscribe because we're here every day with new lessons to help you on your English learning journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.